The tool which we are going to understand and implement our solutions in EPM space is going to be Anaplan. There are several such tools. You will get their details in the slide. I'll also give you a look of Anaplan and also tell you that how can you create. Right now, till 22nd September, Anaplan is not allowing people to create trial accounts. I think after 22nd September, they should allow.
Okay.
So that's one thing.
It is like 90 days trial period, right?
90 days trial period. So you have to use your personal email ID, register as a student, 90 days trial period. So 90 days trial period should be good enough if somebody is serious and sincere to cover up till minimum till level 2 certification. Okay.
Okay.
So in our course, I will take you through the slides.
Okay.
In our course, we are going to cover what is EPM and why EPM is required. What is overall EPM market size? What are different EPM tools? Then what is Anaplan? What is connected planning and why connected planning is required and how Anaplan helps you achieve it better than other things. I am using the word better because I have seen other business planning tools as well, like Oracle Hyperion and all, and TM1 from IBM Cognos. So I have seen all of them. But in our course, we are only going to cover Anaplan. Then we are also going to understand what is fundamentally multidimensional modeling. And then I'll take you through the course content, what all areas we are going to cover in terms of Anaplan's know-how. So that's overall agenda of today's session we have. Okay. Any questions?
Means connected planning and connected planning is so it is like financial things and supply chain and other domain it is involved.
We will explain it.
Okay.
So I have a question to you, Ramakrishna.
Yeah.
Let's assume you are owner of a company. Okay.
Okay.
And let's assume you are. It can happen that many a times in an organization, the same person happens to be carrying the role of CEO, CFO, and let's assume CEO as well. You are all three. You are the same person who is performing the role of CEO,
Okay.
CFO, and CEO. So you understand what does a CEO do in a company?
Yeah, it means he sees financial statements from in and out.
I asked CEO. What does a CEO do in a company?
Means to take the major decisions.
Everybody will be taking decisions.
And like strategical decisions will be taken by a CEO only, like major step down or step in to another technology or another client base like that.
Okay, and what do you understand from the role of CFO?
It's financial things he will taking care of, like what is the annual budget and what will be the quarterly profits, revenues we are getting, means the company is getting like that.
And what does a COO do? COO, Chief Operations Officer. What does so these are the three major people that most of the times happen to be in an organization. So what does COO do?
COO, I don't have any idea about.
Okay, I will explain what does CEO do.
Okay.
So in the gist or at the high level, if we have to understand, CEO's role is fundamentally to ensure that the company earns greater revenue. Okay. Now, you can evaluate for CEO's role to evaluate whether right now our agenda should be to earn greater revenue, or there should be something other thing on the agenda. Maybe you might decide you go as a CEO, your board tells that, okay, I want in this year, I want a revenue of $2 billion. Eventually, all this discussion regarding revenue, which you'll have with your board of directors, a company for CEO, what we consider is not the most strongest thing in the company. Company's board happens to be the strongest thing in the company. Okay, they are the people who dictate most of the things in the company. you would have heard that there happens to be a board of directors in a company, right?
Yes, yes, yes.
So they are the people who appoint CEO, CFO, CEO. Many a times, either of the members could be member of the board, could be leading the board, but that's not a rule. But it's the board which appoints all these three people. So CEO happens to be, so he is the person who sets the revenue targets or tells them that, okay, we has discussion about revenue target phase, yes or no, or has certain plans about revenue targets. Whether he agrees to it or not, he can tell right now it's not beneficial for business. We should not be expanding. We should not be expanding our revenue target. What will be better in order to strengthen the brand, that we reduce the revenue target and we concentrate on the services. So CEO's role is fundamentally two things.
Okay.
To take care of the brand image of the company, and he can use multiple strategies to take care of the brand image of the company. Many a time when a company revenue increases, it also enhances brand image, but that's not necessary. Many a times, quality of its service enhances its brand image. Its overall market reach enhances its brand image. So there could be multiple aspects regarding which CEO has discussions with board, sets the overall agenda for the company. Okay.
Okay.
So now there are two things. When we run an organization, we have two things, right? We earn revenue, yes.
Yes.
We either sell a product or a service, we earn revenue, right?
Yes, yes.
But in order to earn revenue,
okay,
as an organization, we also incur some expenditures.
Yeah, yes.
Can you name me a few expenditures which can come to your mind?
Like infrastructure.
Okay.
And it is like employee salaries, all these things.
Yes.
And like operation cost.
Yeah. So I'll tell you. Revenue is fundamentally the earning, right?
Yes.
Now, what are expenditures? Different expenditures. So, what is, in simple terms?
Okay.
Organizations want to achieve two things, right?
Yeah.
Because we are in a commercial space, any organization wants to achieve two things. First of all, it wants to increase its revenue, but it also wants to improve its profit margin, right?
Yes, profit margin. Yes, that is also.
Let's suppose you are earning a revenue of $2 billion.
Okay.
And spending $2.5 billion to earn that revenue of $2 billion. Okay. Should you run that company?
No. It is not make any sense to run that company.
It will not make any sense, right?
Yes.
It will look very good on the paper that you are running a company earning a revenue of $2 billion, but actually,
there should be some profit margin should be there.
Yeah. So there are multiple ways through which we manage the profit margin. And the CFO's role and the CEO's role become really critical in there. And I'll explain you why and how.
Okay.
So you have expenditures, right?
Yeah. Yes.
CEO is taking care of your revenue, right?
Yeah.
But COO and CFO are trying to improve the profit margin of the company.
Okay.
So got it? You understand this concept, right?
Yes. CFO and CEO, they are basically concentrating on margin percentage, percentage.
Yeah, improving the margin, enhancing the profit margin percentage, etc. Okay.
Yeah.
Now I'll explain you how CFO achieves it.
Okay.
Let me give you a very basic example. I am making an assumption that your dad is the earning member of your house and your mother is the homemaker, right? I'm making that assumption. So you can consider that your dad is the CEO of the house and your mother is both the CFO and the CEO of your house. You can consider it like that.
Okay.
So what does CFO do? You bring in the money. Now CFO does is his job is to improve the profit margin.
Okay.
In order to improve the profit margin, which factor you will check? Profit is equals to what? Revenue minus expenditure. Revenue is not under CFO's control, right?
Yeah.
So you only have expenditure component to take care of.
Yes.
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 So you got make a note, Ramakrishna.
Yeah.
There happens to be, because we will have our discussions, so everything cannot be put in a slide because I don't know in which direction our discussion will go and everything. So we are trying to have a very organic discussion so you understand the concepts fundamentally.
Yeah.
Tools, tools and other things is there. They help you.
Okay.
But you should understand the problem statement first, right?
Yes.
So expenditure happens to be of two types.
Okay.
One is called capital expenditure. It is also called CAPEX.
Okay.
And another is called operational expenditure. It is also called OPEX.
Okay.
You would be aware of all these things or might have heard about all these things,
Yes.
right?
Yes. Yes. Yes.
So what is capital expenditure? Let's assume you are running Maruti company, Maruti Automobiles. Okay.
Okay.
Let's understand that you have to set up a new factory. So for a factory, what all you need? You need land,
Infrastructure, land, and then some equipments.
building, right?
Yes. Yes.
To lay the assembly line, you need lots of machinery, electricity supply, power stations, and all, right?
Yes. Yes.
So all these very tangible. In services sector, it will vary, but I'm only talking about the product sector. So all these tangible things which you can physically see, land, right?
Yes.
And when you buy a land, you make that expenditure only once, right? When you buy a machinery, you buy a machinery minimum for 5 to 10 years, right? When you build a building, you build it minimum for 15, 20 years, right?
Yeah.
So all the expenditures of such nature, which are being invested in your asset, your land is your asset, your machinery is your asset,
Yeah.
Suppose you are putting a power station to run your factory, that is also your asset, right?
Yes.
So all the expenditures which you do in order to acquire an asset, they are called capital expenditures.
Okay. Means I have one doubt.
Yeah.
Means they will spend on employees also, no? So it will come.
No, I'm coming to that. I'm only trying to understand you the concept of capital expenditure right now. I'll come step by step.
Okay.
So employees are not coming. They are not into the discussion. Let's take it slow. Let's not jump the discussion. Okay.
Okay. Fine. Sorry.
You understood the concept of capital expenditure. You will have to go read the more blogs.
Yes.
I can just give you direction, right?
Okay.
Now, to run a factory, you need so many things. You need employees, right?
Yeah.
You need regular electricity supply.
Yes.
You might need water supply.
Yes.
You need to maintain your building. You might have regular maintenance work. Yes.
Yes.
So all these things, many times it can happen that you might not have bought the land. You would have taken the land on lease. Or it can also happen that you might not have bought the building. You could have taken the building on the lease, right? That happens, right?
Yes.
So lease or the rent amount you will pay every period, maybe every quarter, every month, every year, like that.
Yes.
So for all these expenditures which happen in order to run the day-to-day aspect of the business. When you buy a machinery, you made the expenditure once, but in order to maintain the machinery, because machinery needs to run and it contributes to the day-to-day activity of the business, so you need to maintain the machinery, right?
Yeah.
You need to keep on replacing its equipment, do it servicing and all, right?
Yeah.
So that is required in order to run the day-to-day of the business. The salary you need to pay to your people who are working for you, that is, you need to pay the salary in order to run the day-to-day of the business, right? The day-to-day operations of the business, yes?
Yes.
So the term is self-explanatory. OPEX, operational. Operational means what? Running the day-to-day, each and every day-to-day of the business. So all the expenses that you incur in order to run the day-to-day expenditure of the business is called operational expenditure. So fee, now there are other ways as well, how fee FO takes care of, enhances, reduces your expenditure. You are earning money.
Yeah.
You will have also some cash in the business, right?
Yes.
Many a time businesses also invest those cash somewhere to earn more profit, to earn some interest from the investment and all, right?
Yes.
So CFO is also earning through the revenue. CFO is not earning the revenue, but through he's using that revenue to earn some more money. He's investing that and all, right?
Yes.
And that way he's also reducing the expenditure. So that for you overall, I think you would have for his main job is to improve the profit margin by taking care of two things: investment and expenditure. Okay.
Yeah.
Now, overall, at high level, you would have understood what happens to be a CEO's role, what happens to be a CFO role, because planning happens to be two ways. Either bottoms up, people at the lower level will plan, it will go to the higher level, or people at the higher level will plan, it will come to the lower level. So when people at the higher level plan, it's called tops down. When people at the lower level plan and it rolls up to the higher level, it's called bottoms up. Make a note of that as well. Okay.
Yeah.
Now, CEO is responsible for running day-to-day of the business, how the plant is run. Okay. What is the state of the machinery, whether the projects are being delivered on the time or not, right? Because you need to deliver a project on the time to retain your client base to earn a revenue. If you don't deliver a project, your client is not going to pay the money, right?
Yeah.
So COO is responsible for day-to-day running of the business. Let's assume you are CEO of Flipkart, right?
Yeah.
Flipkart does what? Flipkart
takes orders,
delivers orders at our.
Yeah.
That's the main thing.
Yes.
Now the order should. So there are two aspects to the order. If you have ordered an object A, you should only receive the order object A. If they have given you a time that by this time you should receive the object A, you should receive that object A. Then only you will be a happy customer. Yes or no?
Yes.
So somebody needs to run that operation for Flipkart, right?
Yeah. Yes.
So CEO is the main person because that is their day-to-day business. So CEO is the person who takes care of the day-to-day business to ensure, because if you don't deliver on day-to-day basis, you will not be able to maintain your revenue. You will not be able to maintain your brand image. You will not be able to maintain your reputation, right?
Yeah.
So CEO runs the day-to-day of the business, and COO is very much related to the supply chain aspect of the company because supply chain needs to be there in order to deliver the day-to-day objectives of the business. Yes or no?
Yes. Supply chain is the main, like for each and every structure is to be more based supply chain only.
So now we had our discussion.
Yes.
And EPM plays a great role in ensuring all the delivery of all these business objectives. Okay, there are different EPM tools. Anaplan is one more EPM tool. So connected planning, when you had asked the question about connected planning attaches every aspect of the business. When you are running a business, you need to make sales, right?
Yeah.
You need to maintain your finances, right?
Yes.
You need to maintain your supply chain, yes?
Yeah.
You need to maintain your human resources, yes?
Yes.
You need to maintain your investment, yes?
Yeah. Yes, that is also the thing.
So all these different components of the business, when they come together and help you plan for the business, that's fundamentally called connected planning, and Anaplan helps you deliver that. Okay.
Got it. Yes.
Got it.
Yeah.
Now, what is multidimensional modeling? When we'll go to the respective slide, I'll explain you there. So we'll now start navigating through the slides. Okay.
Okay.
Any more points anything more you want to say? We will keep this discussion very interactive, Ramesh. Otherwise, I'll also be bored. You will also be bored, right?
Yes. Got it. Means I asked you like previously, like employee it comes on like capital expenditure or operational, like it is like operational expenditure, right?
Employee. So I'll tell you some of the major operational expenditures. Rent is a is a generic operational expenditure. Salary is a generic operational expenditure. Electricity bill is a generic operational expenditure. Water bill is a generic operational expenditure. Sometimes organizations take certain subscriptions, right?
Yeah. Yes.
Some
licenses.
You are running a college, you take how a business review subscription, something you take, right?
Yeah.
Or so those are operational expenditures.
Yes.
Then maintaining your day-to-day transportation expenditures. Those are operational expenditures, right?
Yes, that is also thing.
Yeah, when you buy a vehicle, buying a vehicle is another thing.
And that is a capital expenditure.
Yeah, but in order to use
Less
that
petrol,
vehicle,
yes,
petrol,
the
maintenance,
fuel, maintenance, services, these are also like operational expenditures.
yes, right?
Yeah.
And from business to business, the nature of the capital expenditure might also vary, and the nature of the operational expenditure might also vary, right?
Yes, yes, yes.
So, since we are living in the COVID world, many companies don't have any physical infrastructure now, right? Everybody is working remote for them.
Yeah.
So in their operational expenditure now, electricity bill will not come, right?
Electricity, internet, and the
Yeah.
infrastructure like.
Yeah, rent might not also come because they don't have any facility, any
Yes.
place.
Yes.
For nature of the business time, for business is a very dynamic identity. You always have to keep your eyes and ears open and understand what might change what. It's not like science. Business is not one complete truth. You get that? Business is a very dynamic entity.
Yes.
So that's also the simplicity of the business. That's also the complexity of the business because there is no one truth in business.
Yes, yes, yes. If someone comes to suddenly like they want to change some thoughts like existing business with using their thoughts, the business model will entirely be changed.
Okay.
No one thought about this e-learning, all these things. Now it came to
Yes.
one of the model.
Yes. Right.
Yeah.
So, like, let's take for example, the domain purchase was never a concept, right? When you are running, let's say you manufacture utensils.
Yes.
So for you, domain purchase does not matter. But let's assume you are running an e-learning site. For you need to buy your domain, right, in order to host your website. Yes or no?
Yes. Yes.
But all these things vary from every business is not same. All the rules will not apply. The same rules will not apply on the same business. Okay. For you, the rules will not be similar across business. That's what I'm trying to say.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah. Overall frameworks will be there, but you have to be a little smarter. Okay.
Okay.
So what is enterprise performance management and why it is required? So can you read it and help me understand?
Yeah. Enterprise Performance Management or EPM software specializes in budgeting, forecasting, and financial management. It provides data analytics, reports, and forecast modeling so organizations can analyze, understand, and plan strategically for the business. Yeah.
Okay, I'll stop you here.
Yes.
Why I have used the word financial management? Because in business, at the end of the day, everything boils down to the rupees or dollar, right?
Yeah, rupee.
How you run your operations. Operations also has got its investment for its. Have you ever read the balance sheet of a company?
Yes. Like one of the stock market, I am doing this.
You are doing the stock market, right?
Yes, like weekly or monthly. Like
so besides the profit margin, you have also seen in the balance sheet that they also have the operating margins and all, right?
Yes.
So everything at the end of the day in the business has to be converted in some currency or the other, right?
Yes.
So that's why I used the word financial management.
Yeah.
I know it could be a little confusing, but that's why I've used. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So now what do you understand from? Can you explain me? Let me understand what you understand.
Okay. So if you want to run a company, like one organization, first
Ramakrishna, I got to interrupt. Can you read it once again, this definition?
Enterprise Performance Management or EPMs, software specializes in budgeting and forecasting and financial management. Okay. It provides data analytics, reporting, and forecast modeling so organizations can analyze, understand, and plan strategically for the business.
Yes. So now explain.
Yeah. If you run one company, you need some financial like budget. Okay. and then it should be like having forecasting any customers you are getting or growth sector, like that.
Okay.
For like
Explain me what is budgeting.
budgeting means allocating amount to some departments. Like
So
if you
to
want
run,
to,
yeah, you have certain amount. Okay.
means if you want to run some company,
Hmm.
like if you take a one paper industry, or else just simple example like a hotel,
Yeah.
you have to allocate some budget because something like for operational some budget, and for salary structure some budget, for electricity also some budget. Those
Yes.
things you have to keep in mind. And then
Yes.
forecasting in seasonal wise, the for in a hotel sector it will
Okay.
be different.
Well, let's stop. Let's stop. Well, I have a question. Is budget a document for from past? Is budget a document of present, or is budget a document of future?
Present. Budgeting it is a document for present.
No.
Okay. Okay.
We all hear the union budget, right?
Yes.
Our finance minister comes and she presents the budget for entire country, right? Which department will get how much of money, which ministry will get how much of money, which scheme will get how much of money, which
Okay.
areas they are trying to. That's what happens in the budget with government presents, right?
Yes. Got it.
When do
like
they do it?
budgeting for entire year.
Yeah, and when do they do it? They do it at the starting of the year, right?
Yeah. Yes.
Yes, right?
Okay.
So it means that budget will apply for the next 12 months, which are going to be part of the year. Yes or no?
Yes.
So now you understand that budget is fundamentally allocation of the resources or the money for the future, for a predefined future period.
Okay.
Predefined, I'm using the word. You define that this budget is only for this duration. Yes or no?
Yes. It is
The
like
budget is not for eternity, right?
Yeah.
You define a period, right?
Yes.
So now you understood what budget is.
Yeah.
Let's forecasting. We all understand, but explain me with an example what is forecasting.
Forecasting. If you're working for some other means one company, they are forecasted like next 6 months you are having full work. Means another 6 months you will be occupied with some project like that. Means they know that another 6 months this resource is occupied. It is like forecasting for 6 months like that.
Okay. I'll share my understanding about forecasting. Okay. And Ramakrishna, it will be my advice that when we are having the discussion, you keep pen and paper with you, so that whenever you feel like going, you can go on making your notes.
Yes, sure.
Because I would not know that what you understand, what you don't understand, what is important for you, what is not important for you, right? You got to make that decision on your own, right?
Yeah.
You are a professional, right?
Yes.
Forecasting is what? Forecasting, the word itself, we generally understand that forecasting, you do the forecasting for the future, right?
Yeah.
For next 1 year, next 3 years, next 2 years, right?
Yes.
We usually hear the word GDP forecast, right?
Yeah.
What's going to be our GDP growth rate in the next quarter or next year and all, right?
Yes.
But when we predict the future, do you think that we predict the future in vacuum?
No.
No, right? We don't predict the future in vacuum.
Yes.
We take care of we look at the past, how our past was. Then we also look at how our present is evolving. Based upon these combination of these two things, and some of our intelligence, some of the know-how of our world, or some of the know-how of our business, we try to predict the future, right?
Yes, it is like predicting the future, like predefined or defined one. It is like
generally it happens to be predefined, right? You tell it that this is the forecast for 1 year. You specify it, right? Or this is a forecast for a quarter, which means 3 months. Or there is a forecast for 2 quarters or half year, right? So you predefine, right?
Yes.
Have you ever heard the word, okay, GDP forecast, GDP growth rate is going to be 8%.
Yeah.
They also define, they also associate with it, right?
Yes.
For what? For next quarter or next year, right?
Yeah.
So now, basically, we as a human have limited calculation capability, right?
Yeah.
But we have intelligence. Machines have greater calculation capability, but don't have that intelligence like us, right?
Yeah.
So basically, you would have heard in analytics, you have forecasting algorithms and all. So what do they do?
Based
So
on previous data, they will forecast like that because
yeah, so what do you do? First of all, you collect the previous data. Maybe generally you might use last 2 years data, last 3 years data, last 5 years data, last 7 years data,
yeah.
right?
Yes.
And then you feed in some rules in the machine, right? That
Yes.
these are the rules based upon which you are going to do the forecasting, right? You would have
Yes.
heard this term called 3 years moving average, 7 years moving average, time range for forecasting, right?
Yes.
All those things.
Yes.
You look at the market, you would have seen
Yes.
those shoulder patterns, the
Yes.
camel pattern, the candle things, the candle graphs, all these things you would have seen, right?
Yes. Yes. Yes.
And all these things we need to manage our finances, right? But in order to do all those things, what we need? We need data analytics. We need so data analytics has two parts, right? One is analytics, which is the analyzing the data. But for that, we need data, right?
Yeah.
Then we get the data, we analyze the data, but we need to present it in a certain template. Then only people will understand, right?
Yes. Yes. Yes.
Yes. So
Yeah.
we need to report it in a certain manner, right? When you present a balance sheet has a format, or P&L statement has a format, right?
Yeah.
Those are basically what? Those are also the reports based upon the data of the business collected for the previous year. You collect the data, do run the analysis, present your balance sheet. That's what you do, right?
Yes.
And based upon previous year's data, you also prepare a forecast model. And you need the forecast models in order to prepare, plan your strategy for the business, right?
Yes. Yes. Yes.
Now, and how does EPM execute it? EPM executes it by accessing data across all business units. Suppose when you have to prepare for plan for your business, you need to access data from your HR department, from finance department, from your operations department, from your sales department, right?
Yes. Yes. Yes.
So EPM software basically provide you a framework to bring data from all the different functions of the organization at one place, because you need the data to plan it for overall organization. Okay.
Yeah.
Once you have the data, once you prepare everything, you can create a strategic plan, right?
Yes.
Strategic plan is what? Generally, you'd have heard strategic plan happens to be there are few things about strategic plan. I'll tell you. Generally, you'd have heard about companies. They prepare a minimum of 5 year strategy, right?
Yes.
You never prepare a 2 month strategy,
No.
right?
No.
You
Yeah.
execute for 2 months. You create execution plan for 2 months, right?
Yeah.
Let's assume you are captain of India, okay, cricket team captain of India.
Yes.
Before and you play cricket, right?
Yeah.
So let's assume you are captaining Indian team.
Yes.
What do? You prepare a strategy for the full game, right? That who is going to be my opener, who is going
Yes.
to be my middle order batsman, who is going to be my pinch hitter, who is
Yes.
going to be my opening bowler, how many half bowlers I will have, how many batsmen I will have, how many spinners I will have, right? These are all
Yes.
strategies, right?
Yes. Yes. Yes.
But in order to achieve that strategy, you need to execute certain things, right?
Yes. Yes.
Which bowler should bowl which over? That is execution, right?
Yes. Yes.
So suppose some bowler got hit for right now. So let's assume the pitch is green.
Yeah.
Okay. So you will try, right, that first 10 overs should be bowled by fast bowlers or swing bowlers. Yes or no?
Yes. Yes. Yes.
Or suppose there's suddenly a batsman come, he plays really good against fast bowler. Then you will change your execution plan, right? You will bring some spinner because he is
Yeah.
not very good against spinner, right?
Yes, yes.
Or certain batsmen happen to be very strong in certain areas, right? Some person plays really good on the leg side, some person plays really good on the cover, some person really plays good on the off side, right?
Yes.
So based upon batsman, you will set the fielding, yes or no?
Yeah. The field set, means to execute the plan. That
So,
set the field.
but 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 that you will do for a very short duration, right?
Yes.
So now you are able to understand the difference between strategic plan and execution plan.
Yes.
You also need to prepare your budget because in order to prepare your budget, you need data from all the organizations, how many people are working for you, how many machines you have, how many other things. 1 second, Ramakrishna, just give
Yeah.
me a minute. I will. Okay, Ramakrishna. Sorry. Hello.
Yeah. Yes, yes, yes. I'm there.
So now, so you understand. So now you will be very easily be able to understand this graph, right?
Yeah. Start.
This representation, right?
Yes.
That in order to achieve the strategy, you need to execute certain things. For that, you need reporting. You need control over all the different components of strategy that you have built. Then you need to evaluate it. And how will you evaluate it? You will define your key performance indicators, right?
Okay.
And in order to execute all those things, first of all, to achieve any organization business, you need to have a certain culture in organization. Yes or no?
Yes.
You need to have proper management in an organization. Yes or no?
Yeah.
You need to have proper data rules and availability of data in the organization, proper IT system or the business process systems in an organization, right?
Yes.
and overall profit in an organization. Yes or no?
Yes.
Now, what are the benefits of EPM system? First of all, they help you enhance because you are able to plan across different scenarios. So if you're in life as well, if you're able to visualize multiple scenarios, your chances of success increases, right?
Yes.
So that's the same thing, that you can examine the existing margin, accurately predict the future profitability across range of business cases and scenarios. It helps increase the margin. There's no guarantee, but it helps. Helps you have better returns, create newer opportunity. Maybe it can help you identify newer markets, newer customers, right?
Yes.
Then it helps you integrate all the business strategy, right?
Yeah.
You'd have heard that many times organizations have a separate HR strategy, such as separate sales strategy, separate finance strategy. But suppose there is no correlation, there is no coordination among them. What's the point of having that strategy? They all are working alone. They are not working in synchronization, right?
Yes.
But for an organization to succeed, to have perform well, you would want all of them to work together, yes or no? And how will they work together? Then they have the real-time data being shared across them.
Okay.
Let's assume, I give you an example.
Okay.
Just let me think. Let's assume I tell you we have a match going on, okay?
Okay.
And I tell you that who is going to win that match.
Okay.
How will you predict that who is going to win that match?
Based on the previous records, like based on the previous team selection, like that based on the team performance.
Besides that, let's assume that match is right now. So let's look at what real-time data I'm talking about. First of all, you look at what target has been set, right, by the team batting first. Now you'll see that till now how many overs have been bowled and what is the run scored by the team batting second, right? That you will see.
Yes.
How many wickets of that team has fallen, right? You look at all those things. What is the current run rate of them, right? You will look at that.
Yes.
You will look at the current pitch condition, yes or no?
Yes.
You will also look at who are the batsmen to come next.
Yeah.
You will also look at who are the bowlers to bowl for the team, right?
Yes.
And how till now, how well they have performed in the match. So all these are real-time data, yes?
Yes.
So in a business as well, to have better coordination or to have better planning of the business, you need all those things, yes or no?
Yeah.
To make the most efficient decision. Because I just tell you the score of the two teams. Let's assume I give you all these data which we discussed in the context of the match.
Okay.
And I just tell you the score of those two teams. In which case you will be able to plan or predict the results better.
For real-time data, it will be better. Like
when you have all the details, right?
Yes.
So business also needs all those details, right?
Yeah. Okay.
Let's assume. I'll give you an example. Let's assume you run a biryani shop, okay?
Okay.
I know it's a pretty laughable example, but
that is fine.
That is fine, right?
Yeah.
But in order to make maximum profit on a day, what are the few things you got to understand, right? First of all, let's assume, first of all, you will try to understand that
location.
No, not location, on day-to-day business I'm talking about.
Okay.
In order to make maximum sales for biryani, you got to have, first of all, you got to plan, you got to know that, okay, I'm at this hour of the day. After this hour, how many potential customers can come to my place, right? Or you are, or let's assume that you become aware of certain news that might positively impact or negatively impact your business, right? Let's suppose some small event happens, a negative event happens. Then what will you do? You will need to close down your business in order to uh, to create a safeguard your business. Or let's assume you had a small band playing near your biryani shop, right?
Yeah.
So in that case, the chances are there that when people will come out or a theater, people are come out of it, they might come to your place and they might buy your food, right?
Yes.
So in all that cases, you should, that is a real-time data that what is some of the events happening around your place, yes or no?
Yeah, yeah.
Most of the shopkeepers keep an eye over there, right?
Yes, yes, yes. What are the key locations?
And what is happening around their area, right? So that's
Yeah.
the real-time data in a very generic sense. I mean, probably it might sound very crude, but that's the real-time data, right? Not
Yeah.
a very structured corporate data, but that's a real-time data for business, right?
Yes.
But companies will have their own IT systems to provide them real-time data. Then you also need to understand that how much biryani you have right now, yes or no?
Yeah.
Whether that will be able to cater to all the customers coming to your place or not. Then because suppose 100 of customers are going to come to your place and you only have biryani for 50 customers.
Yes.
Would you want to be in that situation?
Yes. Yes. Yes.
No. Would you want to be in that situation?
No. No. Actually, yeah. No.
You would want to serve all 100 customers, right?
Yes, I want to serve like 100 customers, not to be 50.
And you will also look at whether you have all the raw materials in case you need to prepare another batch, all those things you have. So in that, so you need to know about all these things every moment, yes or no?
Yeah.
So try to relate. I know this is a very simple example, but I think simple examples help you understand better.
Yes.
Nowadays, so you understand the term what is meaning of siloed?
Size?
Siloed.
No. No.
Google it.
Okay, sure.
Google it.
Okay. Isolated from others.
So previously what used to happen though that most of the planning used to take place in Excel sheets or the spreadsheets, right?
Yeah.
First of, have you ever run a VLOOKUP in an Excel sheet?
Yes.
Suppose you have 30,000 rows in an Excel sheet. It takes lots of time to run even a simple thing like VLOOKUP, right?
Yes. Yes. Yes.
But an organization might have million lines of data, right?
Yeah.
Do you think an Excel sheet can handle it?
No.
Then in Excel sheet, anybody can access that Excel sheet and change the data or make some certain errors, right?
Yes.
Now, if I am planning in my Excel sheet, others won't know what I'm planning for, right? So it's isolated system, yes or no?
Oh, yes.
But EPM as a software eliminates all these things. Everybody knows that what I'm planning, everybody, it will be visible to everybody. I will have better data governance. I cannot do some char with the data. I cannot mismanage the data. It takes care of all these things because that is required, right?
Okay. Means it is like synchronizing at the same time. Like
Yes.
what are the changes you are doing, another person can see what are the changes you are done simultaneously.
Yes.
Okay, got it.
Then when you run a business, you need to comply to certain things, right? You need to file your taxes, you need to file your returns and all those things, right? You
Yeah.
need to take certain certifications. Let's assume you are running a bank. RBI will keep on, you need to follow the regulations of RBI, right?
Yes.
Or let's assume you are running an insurance company, you need to follow the regulations of IRDAI, right?
Yeah.
So you need to, so if you have correct data from your business, it's easier for you to regulate, to adhere to regulations.
Yes.
And at the end of the day, reconciliation is an important part of the business, right?
Yes.
The conflation is what? Comparing two things in a business, right? You need to compare two things, right?
Yeah.
So EPM helps you to achieve all these things effectively and smoothly. Okay.
Okay.
So right now in 2021, overall EPM market size is $5.7 billion, and it is growing at the rate of 6%. So it's a big market. Okay.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
These are the different EPM tools. Okay.
Okay.
What is connected planning and everything? You try to read it and help me understand. So you were asking me, right? So these happen to be four. You see this tiles. You see this tile where I'm hovering my mouse. You see that?
Yes. 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 Supply chain, supply, sales planning, finance, HR.
So you see, in sales planning, we need to have sales people. So that's how it's going. So we can plan specifically for talent strategy, for workforce planning. Sales operate on incentives, right?
Yes.
So we
Yes.
can also plan our incentives. In sales, we give quota to people, right? That this is going to be a sales quota, right?
Yeah.
Then a salesperson covers certain territory, yes or no?
Yes. Yes. True.
Then marketing, you also need to take care of in an organization.
Okay.
Then overall, there are two things which eventually combine and cover up this compensation modeling is that, uh, hmm, sorry.
Mm.
So sorry, you will see something in light blue, right? That is sales planning. So incentive, quota, sales forecasting, you need to understand that how much it's going to sell, yes or no? And
Yes.
marketing. So marketing is very much closely related with sales, right?
Okay. One more thing means it is connected planning, no? Because I have on doubt.
Yeah.
Means if salesperson and means supply chain, finance, and HR. Basically, these four departments.
Hmm.
Means in Anaplan we can means if HR took some like new journey to sales planning,
Yeah.
so it can be updated by HR, so it can be visible to all, or
So
else.
I'll give you a concept.
Okay.
Let's assume you are doing your quota planning. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. You are doing a quota. Sorry, let's assume you are doing a territory plan. Okay.
Okay.
So let's assume Bangalore, entire Bangalore. Where are you living right now?
Bangalore.
Bangalore. So let's assume you need 10 salespeople to cover entire area. So Bangalore is single territory. Let's assume you need 10 salespeople to cover entire Bangalore. Okay.
Yeah.
So many times it can happen in an organization. You have identified you need 10 people, right?
Yeah.
But right now you only have 8 people who are currently employed with an organization, right?
Okay.
But you need 10 people, so you need to hire 2 more people.
Yes.
You need to bring in 2 more people. You can bring in through various means. You can hire a full-time employee, or you can bring somebody on contract, right?
Yeah.
Or you can have a third-party alliance who will provide the people for you to perform that job. These could be some of the cases, right?
Yes.
Still, in any case, those 8 people who are to perform, who are to cover this sales territory of Bangalore, and
Okay.
overall you want to make a sales of $10 million in city of Bangalore. Let's assume, okay?
Okay.
And you decide to divide that evenly across all the 10 people. So what becomes the sales target of each person?
1 million.
1 million.
Yeah.
So when you are doing this thing, right?
Yes.
So 8 people who are with your employee, who are your employees, you have their full details, right? But
Yes.
suppose if the 2 people are not there, will you not plan for them? You will plan for them. You will allocate them quota. Yes or no?
Yeah.
You will allocate them that you are going to sell these products in these parts of territory. All these things still you will do, right?
Yes.
But the day you hire those 2 people, they should be automatically updated, quota planning,
Yes.
right? Yes.
Yeah.
And from where you will get that data? Because hiring of the people and the and the onboarding of the employee will be done by your HR team.
Yes.
But the moment it happens, it will come to your system.
Okay.
So I'm giving,
makes some
so
sense.
You get that. So these are use cases. That will happen through various means. You will have your so you will integrate your Anaplan model with your HR systems. There could be one middle ETL layer. You have heard the term ETL.
ETL, no.
ETL stands for extract transform load.
Okay.
So why ETL is required is your HR system could be having data in one format. It's possible, right?
Yeah.
Your Anaplan model has data in one format, right?
Yes.
You are going to bring data from your HR system to Anaplan model, right?
Yeah.
But now Anaplan only will receive data in its format, right? Then only you will be able to. So basically, ETL and the integration system for ETL, what it does is it will take the data from your HR system,
Okay.
do the required operations to bring it in the format in which Anaplan should receive. ETL will do that job. And now integration system. So there are 4 different integration software. SAP has, so Anaplan, first of all, have so many inbuilt plugins with respect to integration. Then even if you don't have from every system you cannot bring in, so you can also write APIs. You have heard the term API?
It's application plan.
Programming interface.
Programming interface, yes.
So you can also write a different API in Python and all, and through that you can bring data.
Yes.
So basically, that's the integration component. So first of all, your ETL will format the data which is being received from HR system. Then it will first of all extract the data from HR system, right?
Yeah.
Then so that's the E. E is for extract. Then T is transform. It means bring the data in the format in which Anaplan needs. Okay. So that is T, transform, E-T. L is load, means that finally when the data has been extracted, transformed, it needs to be loaded into Anaplan, right?
Yeah.
So ETL many a times have very strong integration features as well, and they help connect to, or if they don't, you can write the API, but we are only going to understand those things. Our job is going to be a model builder. We are going to only build a model.
One more thing, ETL means it will be expected through done means it is done by separate portals or separate apps will be there like softwares.
No, so you have different ETL tools as well.
It is also having separate tools.
Yeah, Informatica is a very strong ETL tool.
Okay, Informatica. Okay.
Informatica. Then Microsoft also has its ETL tool, SSIS, SQL Server Integration Services.
Okay.
So you can find about so many different ETL tools.
Yeah,
then
sure.
You have so many different integration tools like Delboomi and MuleSoft and all. So
Delboomi.
Delboomi is an integration tool. MuleSoft is an integration tool. So you have your first of all. So generally, integration team happens to be different. Your ETL team happens to be different. Your model builder team who use the Anaplan happens to be a different team. Okay?
Yeah.
So now you understood it. One example, right?
Yes.
So I'll again give you an example. Let's assume why, in order to execute any business case, why you need data from other systems as well.
Okay.
You are doing the demand planning, right?
Yeah.
Demand planning basically means what? How much your project, how many customers need your product? First thing. Then how you are going to fulfill that demand. One second. And how you are going to fulfill that demand, right?
Yeah.
So to fulfill that demand, first of all, you need salespeople who will sell that product to fulfill the demand for customer, right?
Yes.
So you need integration with your sales team. Yes or no?
Yes.
Then salespeople at the end of the day are your human resources. Yes or no?
Yeah.
So you will integrate. You will have your planning with your human resources team. Yes or no?
Yeah.
And supply chain too, it's going to be there because in order to eventually help deliver the product, you will have your transportation systems coming into play and all, right? Your factories and other things coming into play. Yes or no?
Yes, yes, yes.
So now I hope you understand a bit of it, right?
Yeah, yes. And once again, it will be involved in production line, all these things, right?
Yeah.
Okay, got it. Now it
So
makes.
I'll share the slide. You go through it and probably
Yeah,
you'll
sure.
have. So what is connected planning? What is Anaplan? So connected planning incorporates accurate, timely, and comprehensive input to project into the future. Because at the end of the day, planning, we plan for the future, right?
Yeah.
Planning is a few exercise meant for future.
Yes.
Then accelerated power. So basically, aided by artificial intelligence means you would have heard these things called TensorFlow or other systems as well, where ML codes are written, right?
Yeah.
So you can also integrate your Anaplan with that. You
Okay.
can also do some statistical forecasting in Anaplan. If you're really good with statistics, you can write it. I'm not very good with statistics.
Okay.
Because so all these things you can do in Anaplan. Okay.
Okay.
And eventually, what is multidimensional modeling? You will read. So basically, you consider it as a cube. So you would have seen databases, right? You
Yes.
have
Yes.
only rows and columns. But
Yeah.
how is cube different? A room is a cube, right? A floor is
Yeah.
a
Like
floor.
2D and 3D difference, right? It is like.
Yeah. So,
Okay, got it.
so generally in Anaplan, the models that we build happen to be multidimensional. They happen to be in cube form. Okay. So
Yeah.
this tabular representation is quite self-explanatory, I believe.
Okay.
And in the next session, we are going to cover the different components of Anaplan. First of all, what is time? Because we are going to plan for the future. So you need to define the time and the time ranges, right?
Okay.
Then we create different scenarios. So versions mean different scenarios, right? Suppose when you have to go for destination A to destination B, you prepare 2-3 plans, right?
Yes. Okay.
Let's assume you have to come from Davangere to Bangalore. You will prepare multiple plans, right?
Yes. Yes. By train or bus, like that.
Those are different versions. Lifts and subsets help you contain the data. Then actions and processes help you move data within the model. Then at the end of the day, planning is going to be done by the user, right? So you need users and how you define their roles. Then you also need to manage the data, building that business logic for the planning. You do it through modules and line items. And at the end of the day, you need dashboards, right? To do the planning, to publish the reports and other things, right?
Yes. Yes.
And Anaplan functions help you execute all those things. And then you have your line items and line item subsets.
Okay.
And
The calculation includes in functions, right? The functions will be
no,
like.
I'll tell you, functions help you calculate, but the calculations happen either in a lift or a module. Okay.
Okay. Okay. Okay. Okay. Okay.
So that's also, I think